What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Fritz, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about a theory that I mentioned in a community post about a week ago: Uber Eats priority. As many of you know, DoorDash has always talked about top dashers having priority, and nowadays they've moved to the Diamond program. But over the last couple of weeks, I've delivered 5 Uber Eats catering orders to the same person. Maybe there's a lack of drivers in my market, or maybe it's just a coincidence, but I often receive them back to back, and I'm sure there's another driver available in the meantime while I'm doing the first one. The first time I dropped off to them, I offered to bring the food back into the lunchroom for them, which she was very happy about. She said that most drivers don't do that. I have a theory that she gave me a thumbs up in the app, which in turn is why I'm receiving all of her orders. After doing some research on this, I came across a very informative article written by the Para team. I want to make it clear that nobody really knows the algorithm except for the developers themselves, and Para states that in the article too. All of my experiences are purely just speculation through research that I've put together for y'all and my experiences on the app. The first point they made was location. I think that this is obvious, but sometimes we get some crazy order asking us to go 30 miles and the pickup can be 10 miles away. In those scenarios, my guess is that every single driver in the area has already declined it and they're getting desperate. The first point that I found interesting was the section where they mentioned reputation. Did you know that one factor that could increase your chances of getting order requests is your reputation or status with the Uber Eats app? Indeed, you achieve a rating based on the deliveries you've made, and this allows you to understand how your customers rate your service. After all, at the end of the day, that's why you're there. We highly recommend taking steps to improve your reputation where possible, as it is likely that your rating may influence your chance of getting orders through Uber Eats. After all, higher rated drivers are more likely to deliver food as expected to customers. So if you allow your rating to drop, you might find you get fewer orders. In some cases, your account could even be deactivated. Remember, this is all just speculation, but I found this part interesting. I fully disagree with acceptance rate and cancellation rate mattering on Uber Eats, and you'll see why when I show you my ratings here in a little bit. But I think it makes a great point when it says higher rated drivers are more likely to deliver food as expected to customers, or at least that's what the algorithm would think. I would take it a step further to say that I personally think that the Uber Eats algorithm matches up drivers that have been previously rated highly by a customer and pairs them together when it makes sense. The last point the article makes that I wanted to talk about is the other factors that could determine how Uber Eats trips are assigned. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with these in the comments. Number 1, how long you've been on the app. Number 2, your time leaving when getting a new ping. Number 3, your total payout so far. Number 4 and 5, your cancellation rate and your acceptance rate. And number 6, how much you've made today. First of all, let me show you guys my ratings. I know they aren't pretty, but let me explain. The reason my cancellation rate is so high is because Uber Eats doesn't show item counts and also doesn't show me locations when I get an order request. I often accept an order to see how large it is, and if it isn't big enough and I was already on the fence about the mileage, I cancel it. I also use a glitch I showed you guys to see drop-off locations in advance if I'm 4 minutes or more away from the store and avoid going to certain areas. For acceptance, I run DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub the whole time I'm working and do not pause apps, so I'm constantly declining orders. I completely disagree with the article saying that cancellation and acceptance rate matter, and I think that I'm proof of that. What I do agree with here is that looking at how much you've already made today. There's lots of speculation about DoorDash throttling drivers' earnings, and personally, I do not think any of the apps cap us by the hour at all, but I do think it's possible that Uber Eats sees we've made below the hourly and considers throwing us a larger order. I'll often start my day with 1 or 2 DoorDash orders, but Uber Eats will have been on the whole time and I will have been declining orders. Around 11 o'clock, things start picking up, and I'm typically able to get a pretty large Uber Eats order that seems to make up for the lost time. Not only that, but once you accept the order, Uber Eats is going to try to keep you active, especially right when you're trying to take a picture of the order at somebody's front door. I'm very interested to hear what you guys think about Uber Eats priority in the comments, and I also wanted to talk about something that just recently popped up in my market while I was working this Friday. Uber Eats arrival times. I'm not sure if this is some sort of test or glitch, because I've had something similar pop up once in my market before, but this Friday I noticed something weird. At the bottom of the screen on my pickups, I was seeing an expected drop-off time. It would say something like, customers expecting you by 10:40 a.m. This was the drop-off time for the customer, not the pickup time, but I honestly think this would be a positive change. The reason I say that is because I'm multi-app. In my opinion, the more information these apps give us, the better. I can't see a scenario in which them giving us more information would be a negative for us. If they did this, I would feel a lot more comfortable when I accept a solid order on Uber Eats, but I'm still a couple minutes away from my DoorDash drop-off. Seeing that I have plenty of time to make the expected drop-off time would make me feel a lot less anxious about stacking up orders. But anyways, please share y'all's thoughts in the comments with me. Consider liking the video so that YouTube pushes this video out to other drivers. Go get some money this week.